Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failure. In our last video, we tackled the final Love Fist mission. It was called Publicity Tour. And this video is all about the first of 3 Tommy missions. This one is called Shakedown.
Oh, we gotta redecorate this place. We gotta make it look older. I can't stand this look.
Tommy, what do you say? What do you say we put a bar in? You're my lawyer, Rosenberg, not my interior decorator. Got it? Listen to me. The time to take over this town is now. It's all out there waiting for us.
We need to start seizing territory and let Vice City know we're the new players in town. You know what I'm saying?
What you need is a legitimate front, Tommy. Real estate. It's never done me no harm.
We need to start using some muscle, or we can kiss all that hard work goodbye. Local business know Diaz is dead, and they're refusing to pay protection.
Oh, we could try bribery. Bribery? Screw bribery. I'll show you how to make them scared. I'll be back here in 5 minutes.
I love how the different personalities of those 4 folks come out in that cutscene. So, the Avery was all about real estate for some reason, and Ken Rosenberg wanted to resort to bribery. He's not the bravest guy out there. Lance was pretty tough there. He says these folks aren't paying protection money, and if we don't muscle up, then we're going to lose everything that we worked hard for. And then Tommy says, no bribery, no nonsense. We're just going to deal with this like a man with big cojones. And he says he'll be back in 5 minutes. So there's a 5-minute timer up there, but that doesn't include a trip back, which is not required during the mission. But what it does include is a long drive, like over a minute drive to get to the North Point Mall, and that's if you know where you're going. And then once we're in there, we need to encourage these store owners in the mall to continue paying their protection money. Yeah, so we took over Ricardo Diaz's mansion when we passed the mission Rub Out, and right after we passed that mission, we could have continued right here in the mansion and done this first mission Shakedown, but instead I decided to clear some more icons from the map by doing the final Cortez mission and then doing all 6 of the Love Fist and Mitch Baker missions before coming back and tackling this first Tommy Vercetti mission. On the map at the start of this video, you saw V for Vercetti. And so, yeah, these 3 missions are Tommy expanding his growing empire after taking over Diaz's mansion. And so Diaz was charging all of these store owners protection money, but then once Diaz was killed, the store owners decided they didn't need to pay protection money, and we are going to convince them that that is a poor decision. So we got to break all the windows. You can see them marked on the map there with purple squares or purple triangles, depending on whether they're on the same level as you or 1 level away. And you can change into the casual outfit. It temporarily gets rid of your stars, but they will come right back once we start destroying the windows on the next storefront. Coming back to the mission order, if you again go back to the beginning of this video, you'll see that there's only 2 mission icons on the map. So there was the V for Vercetti, that's this mission that we're on, and then also the Mr. Black phone call mission. We could have done the first one of those a long time ago, but I've decided just to group together all the Mr. Black missions, which means that I need to pass all of the other prerequisite missions for the final Mr. Black mission before we tackle all of those as a group. So just 2 more sets of windows to destroy. I don't know the statistics here, but like the first bullet that you shoot at a window has no chance of breaking the window, and then like every subsequent bullet has maybe a 25% chance. I don't know about that number, but that's the idea. And once they're all destroyed and we ruin these folks' livelihood, they will be convinced to pay protection money. Awesome. Passing this mission awards $2,000, and the 308 sniper becomes available for purchase at Ammunition, and passing this mission unlocks a major aspect of this game, which I'll talk about later in this video. If you let the 5-minute timer run out, you get what I think is a pretty funny fail message at the bottom of the screen. This was supposed to be a hit and run, not a hit and have coffee. Somebody call the fire department because I just got burned. During this mission, the game is generous enough to give you some Uzi ammo right here. I'll pull it up in the top right corner just so you can see how much we get. I don't know how much we got, 250? Maybe 250. And then there was also that Banshee there, just in case you don't want the Infernus. That's pretty generous. You can't drive a car into the mall here because it won't fit through the doors, but you can drive a motorcycle through. So I decided, what if I tried to take out all these windows with drive-bys? So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to cut a bunch of stuff. It was pretty slow to do and probably not all that interesting to watch. So we'll cut until we get up into the 2nd floor. And why am I not busted here? Let me know. I thought if you got knocked off of a bike by a cop, it was instant busted. But no, I just got up and we continued on. And then why did I get a wanted star back after they were cleared? Is it because I was like holding my gun and it was near the officer? Not sure. So then we'll skip over to the vinyl countdown after I got all the rest of the gash windows shot out. You can see there that it's real delayed as Tommy is backing up. He can shoot without the, kind of the gun animation. Put it back to the beginning of the vinyl countdown there. And you'll see that I was shooting to the left while I was backing up. Check out that sick X Games grind. You'll see I was shooting to the left while I was backing up, and the animation to shoot wasn't actually shown. Okay, so then one of the officers shot my back tire. That made the bike a whole heck of a lot less controllable. Eventually, I did get knocked off and busted, as expected. I'm sure I could complete this challenge, but I didn't feel like trying it again. Next, I wanted to see what kinds of different weapons I could use to break these windows. So, can you break a window with a chainsaw? Yes, you can, but for some reason, it doesn't work unless you get the camera way up high so you're looking down. And as soon as I learned that, as soon as I discovered that in this attempt, you can see that the chainsaw goes through these glass windows like it's nothing. I used the cheat code just to give me some extra weapons, so what never worked was punching with or without the brass knuckles. Kicking never worked, but a bat works. Take that window. Boom. And then I'll type in one more cheat code to give me a katana. What didn't work was the flamethrower. What also didn't work were the Molotov cocktails. But let's see if we can... No, Tommy, that we've already figured out the brass knuckles don't do anything. I'm trying to get the camera, moved around, doesn't do anything. But katana? Yes, yes. Speed strat found. Eat it, window. All right, so lots of different weapons that you can use to break these windows. So my main challenge for this mission was to do the speed strat, which is why I picked up grenades right there in that basketball court. And we're going to use grenades to take out the windows in the shop that's in the middle of the mall up on the second floor. So basically the speed strat, other than using the grenades, is just to take a better line. Like I just kind of run around haphazardly. But from here, you can basically shoot all the windows here on the first floor of the gap. And then I'll go up and essentially repeat the same thing on the second floor windows of the gap. In the meantime, let me just say that passing this mission unlocks 2 missions, usually. It unlocks the second of 3 Tommy missions. That one's called Bar Brawl, and that's what we'll do in the next video. It also unlocks Checkout at the Check-In, which is the 4th of 5 Mr. Black missions, but that assumes that you've done the first 3 Mr. Black missions, which we have not yet done. Okay, so here we go, coming to clutch time. We're going to stand in a spot that I don't know where it is. This is the first time I'm ever doing this, but anyway, I just winged 2 or 3 grenades up there and then ran, assuming that things would be good, and they were. So there you go. It's a pretty liberal explosion zone, a big radius for those grenades up there. And then again, just shooting these windows from far away, and that's the speed strat. Done. So I don't know what a good time for this is. I finished here with 2:39 left on the clock, but I also took longer to get here than the speedrunners do because they take a helicopter and I took a car. We're going to come back to that mission pass with the speedrun strat, but first I just wanted to answer a question that I had is, could the police officers shoot the windows out? And it turns out they can. And so I was curious, how many of the windows can I get the police officers to shoot out? Surely there isn't going to be enough time to get them to destroy all of the windows. You can see we're still on the first floor of the gash here, and there's only 1:10 left. And I, this attempt just wasn't close. I'm finally done with the gash with only a minute left. So I decided to try a couple more times. This wasn't the main challenge, and we're not going to come back to this save file here. We're going to come back to the one I used for the speedrun attempt. But this is my best attempt, and I spent a good hour on this before giving up. So we'll just show you the best attempt and not all of the fails. Typically, I would fail because I died. I'm trying not to get shot by these guys too much, but inevitably I do get shot by them with my 6-star wanted level. I used a cheat code to get that 6-star wanted level. And it looked like I was punching a cop through the window, and I was. It's because if the cop's gun is poking through the window onto my side, then I can get shot, and the window can't. And so whenever there's a cop right up against the window on the other side, like this guy, I got to punch him to back him up so that, number one, he has a chance at breaking the glass, and number two, he doesn't wreck me by shooting me directly, even though he shouldn't be able to with the glass pane in between us. And so, so we're just going to keep going. Most of my fails, like I said, were because I died, but there were also plenty of fails where I just ran out of time. I couldn't get these guys to spawn in convenient locations. Like this is the tough one here on the end because there's only one officer shooting at me right now. And so it's just a waiting game. He doesn't have a great angle, but he got it on his third shot. Nice job, buddy. Here I'm punching the officer on the outside because I don't want him to wreck me with his gun. And these guys are doing some good work. Now, because I died so many times, I decided to take 10, 15 seconds, whatever, to grab this armor. I was just tired of losing attempts at this because I ran out of health. So while we're watching my best attempt at this kind of secondary challenge that I came up with, let me read just a tiny bit from the trivia section about this mission. This mission features a unique weather state. The weather is cloudy, but with more clouds than usual, giving the city a darker appearance. In the 10th Anniversary Edition and the Definitive Edition versions of this game, the requirements of this mission have changed. The player is only required to smash 10 windows, and the wanted level is capped at 2 stars rather than progressively rising to 5. However, if multiple windows are destroyed in a single explosion, the game will not count those towards the 10. And if too many windows are destroyed in a multiple way, then you get to a place where you literally can't complete the mission because there aren't enough windows left over. And in that case, you do get the 5-star wanted level. Okay, we're making good progress here. Let's head over to the vinyl countdown with a minute 40 or so on the clock. The health is looking pretty good. Got about, 220 hit points. All right, I'm right here. I need officers. All right, so this guy's real close. We got to punch him, and I promise you, I'm not breaking the glass. I cannot break the glass with my fists or my feet. Although occasionally it'll look like I am because I'm punching one of these officers, and it just happens it's at the same time that the glass is breaking from one of the bullets that they're shooting at me. Okay, that is awesome. So now we got a minute 15. I was ready to grab a quick slice of pizza if my red health number was under 100, but the pizza place, all those places, the food court, only give you health up to 100. They won't go up to the 150. Okay, we got 3 windows here. Everybody aim a tiny bit to your right. Here we go. Let's do this. It took me so long, maybe an hour. Oh, awesome. And now we have 50 seconds. I got to get in front. So this is the only storefront that I can't get inside of, although it's going to look like it when I spin the camera around. It looks like I could just walk through this door to my right here. But that's just a graphical thing. One more window left. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Somebody hit this lousy window pane. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You have no idea how happy I was to get that to happen. All right, you can now buy property in certain areas of the map. Yeah, so this is that thing that I teased earlier in this video. The main thing that this mission accomplishes is opening up all of the assets for you. Every single asset in the game is now available for purchase. Awesome. So, like I said, that really opens the game wide open, and we'll do the last 2 Tommy missions in these next 2 videos, and then I think we'll start doing asset missions after that. So, for the rest of this video, we're just going to go refill the armor, and then there'll be a phone call that we'll take from Avery, and then I will show you that you can purchase one of the assets. I think we're going to head over to the Malibu. Yeah, but I didn't show you, like a massive collection of fails. Well, let's listen to Avery here.
Howdy, son. Just thought I'd ring you up and give you some advice.
Hey, Avery, what's eating you?
There's a lot of opportunity in this town if you own the right real estate. You catch my drift?
I reckon so.
All I'm saying is keep your eyes open, and you might find the perfect business opportunity. I'll catch you later.
Later, Avery.
Later, Avery. Yeah, so I didn't show you the massive fails compilation because all it would have been was me dying repeatedly and me running out of time repeatedly, so it wouldn't have been interesting to watch. But I did get better at strategizing this ridiculous challenge of trying to have the cops shoot out every single one of those windows, and I didn't know whether or not I'd be able to do it. I thought I could get close, and I was just all kinds of stoked when I got that success. Okay, so heading up to the Malibu. I'm not going to buy it, but I will walk into this green marker, and you will notice the text is different from any other time earlier in the series where we walked into one of these greenhouse markers. Press the tab button to purchase the Malibu for $120,000. I don't know if I can afford that with my, what do I have, 840 million? Yeah, so all the assets purchasable at this point, but we're going to do the next 2 Tommy missions first. Okay, so I think that's about it for this mission. Just heading back to the V icon on the map. You can see there's only 2 mission giver icons on the map. The V for Versetti, and then the Mr. Black telephone icon over there. That's one of 5 assassination contracts that Mr. Black will give us, but we'll just do those all in a row later on in this video series. So if you have any memories of Shakedown that you'd like to share, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I can share that I really like Bob Seger, like all the songs of his that I know. I just know the hits. But anyway, one of the ones that I don't hear of his very often, but that I quite like, is called Shakedown. I don't think it has anything to do with Vice City, though. So that's about it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.